Hello to all you Sagittarians. This is your yearly forecast, yearly horoscope of 2021. And this is the general horoscope when you have your sun, your moon, or like me, your rising sign in Sagittarius. So what is this year all about? Well, there are two things. I don't want to make the video too long, you know. I want you at the end of the video that these things are mostly important for the Sagittarian, and it's certainly the nodes for you. The nodes that not long ago have shifted into the south node in your sign, Sagittarius. The north node in Gemini is most important for you. There is though another thing very important, which is the clash, the square happening between Saturn and Uranus. And I'm going to talk about that as well. But let's get started with the nodes. Of course, throughout the whole year, you're going to have the south node in your sign, and you're going to have the north node in your opposite sign of Gemini, which is relationships. So that is already a very big focus for the year of 2021. It is relationships. It is the other person. So the north node shows where you need to focus on. The south node shows not what you need to neglect, but where you put a little bit less focus on. So this is a clear message that your personal growth is going to be the fastest and the biggest when you put focus on other people. So good news for those of you who are single. This could mean a new person coming in. For sure, I've seen it time and time again. And there's going to be, by the way, also in this year, Mercury retrograde in your opposite sign of Gemini. And that is going to happen around June. So a very significant time for relationships in June, whether you are in one or not. Again, when you are single, definitely there could be someone catching your eye, and that is quite fated, it's quite mercurial, quite smart, and witty and fun, and full of energy, full of mental energy as well. Good communications there. And when you are in a relationship, it doesn't mean to say that you have to go for a new one with the north node in the 7th house. I had a client the other day asking me that. No, but it can certainly mean that you are more open for new connections, and you are more willing to old parts of you to put them, to deal with it, to say, look, this is not me anymore. What I've seen over and over again, even in people who have a relationship, is that the relationship gets some sort of a renewal. For instance, you've been together for like 5 years or 10 years or whatnot. And all of a sudden you're saying, look, the north node shifts into the 7th house. Let's get married. It's like an upgrade that you're getting. And therefore you lose a part of yourself. You are losing a part of yourself. I mean, there's a part of you, the single you is gone. Let's put it that way. And now you are going to get married, for instance. So that could be happening. Or of course, when you are in a relationship that is really not going well, and that has really certain issues that's been going on for a while, and you're saying, when I make the summation, there's more minuses than pluses in my relationships. Yes, it could mean that you meet someone new, and that because of that, you end up the relationship, and a part of you dies with that as well, so to speak. So certainly a lot of new dynamics when it comes to relationships. But I think overall for most of the Sagittarians, it is new people coming into your life. It doesn't matter whether you're single or not. It's refreshing. And specifically because in 2020, you had that Venus being so long in Gemini in your 7th house, and now having the north node there, but also having the Mercury retrograde. So that's going to be very close to the north node. I'll double check this actually. Yes, of course, the Mercury retrograde. The Mercury is of course at one particular point going to touch the nodes, right? Yeah, that's already happening in May. So really significant relationships, fated relationships, relationships that were meant to be, who are intense, who help you to grow fast, you know, the North Node. And you're going to have eclipses there as well. So very exciting. On a relationship level, not boring at all. Whether you're single or not boring at all. A lot of new developments. If you want that, it can really, really happen. Single people can really be someone new, significant, especially around the June time, May, June, developing some interesting connections there. Now, so that's the most important for the Sagittarian. A lot of astrologers will be talking about the clash between Saturn and Uranus, but for you, it won't be that drastic and intense because you're not a fixed sign. It's actually the fixed signs are really having it quite heavy and intense during the year of 2021. You know, it's always in phases. But for you, this Saturn-Uranus square, it's going to be felt. There's going to be felt an energy of Uranus. Yes, I want newness. I want to get free, to break free. But at the same time, Saturn, I don't want that. I want the same old, same old. So there's definitely a clash there. But for you, as I said, it's on areas of your life that are not that important, that are not really life-changing. The things for you that are really life-changing can be relationships. Now let's have a look at this Saturn-Uranus. So you've got Uranus there in your 6th house of your day-to-day work, your day-to-day routines, your health. Uranus there means that your day-to-day life and routines can be a bit chaotic there, to say the least. Or when you have some trouble with your health, it's good to also next, you know, in a complementary way with the classical medicine style. For instance, you could say, I'm also going for something alternative, whether it is acupuncture or, I don't know, anything that you find a bit alternative might really help you to find a solution. But with Uranus there, it can definitely mean that you consciously also want something new when it comes to your work, when it comes to your routines. You know, you don't want the same old anymore. And Uranus can give you that. You can really go for that new job. You can really go for new energy when it comes to your work. But Saturn is slowing it down in your 3rd house. So that could be your own mental processes that are slowing it down because you're a bit afraid of or you're thinking, this and this can happen, so I have to be cautious. In a way, this is natural, and it's not really, as I said, you're not really a sign that is going to have very big difficulties with that. It can simply mean that ultimately, in my point of view, humble opinion, Uranus and Saturn, Uranus is stronger because Uranus is more out of an outer planet further away than Saturn. They always are more difficult to handle, but they get a bit of they kind of win against a planet that is faster. But what I see here happening for a lot of Sagittarians is just a tension between wanting to change your daily routines and at the same time in your mind, you know, the information can be a bit more narrow than usual. Your communication towards people around you in your neighborhood can be a bit more strict, a bit more cautious there. And because of that, it's not always easy to make those changes. But whatever it is, changes are there. So it's like when you would only have Uranus, you would have sudden changes. With Uranus Saturn, you're still going to have the changes, but a bit slower and a bit more an ability to control the process whilst you are going through it, which is not always a bad thing. So that's that. On the other hand, you still got Pluto like last year, you know, the other outer planet Pluto in your 2nd house, which can be transformational when it comes to your values. You're really digging deep to know who you are and what you're all about, what you can deliver and what your talents are, but also on a money level. Hopefully when Jupiter went direct, as I speak now, in the end of September, Jupiter is going direct in your 2nd house and can deliver some windfalls there for you. Hopefully that will happen because Jupiter with Pluto is quite interesting. It can mean a lot of money, basically. Let's hope that this happens for you. For those of you who are watching this still in 2020, let's have a look at when that will happen, round and about November time. So right about November time, there could be a windfall for you. Let's hope that is true. Now, what else is going on for the Sagittarians? Of course, Neptune is still in your 4th house, just like last year. And it's only a small percentage that's going to feel the square to their sun sign or moon sign or rising sign. And that are the Sagittarians who've got planets between 18 and 23 degrees of Sagittarius. You're going to feel Neptune. That is a bit like, I'm a bit insecure. I don't know where I'm heading. Could be related to your home area, because Neptune is in the 4th house. Could also be related, you know, the sun sign, your career. I don't know where I need to go. Important is just see the different possibilities, do a bit of a trial and error, and stay with the feet on the ground. It is recommended to do something Neptunian with the career. So that has to do with more compassion, more empathy, or even inspiration. Creative endeavors is very well favored, even when it's a square. So people who are born around the 10th of December up until the 15th, 16th of December will feel this energy the most. Okay, but as I said, mostly important is you're getting away of an old you. You're getting towards a new you, and that is through your focus on others. It is a bit of a weird explanation, but I see it like that. And then last but not least, Jupiter is for a small amount of time going to be in Pisces between May 14th up until July 28th. That's in your 4th house. That can give you more meaning. Home. You could work at home, for instance, and that gives you a good vibe, so to speak. But Jupiter in the 4th is finding meaning home, also emotionally, becoming a bit stronger there. Always interesting. Anyways, I think it's going to be an interesting year for the Saggies out there. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.